call this meeting open, and I will start with a motion to have Bob Brown serve as chairman for this meeting. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you.
Mark, you might want to unmute yourself at some point.
I can unmute him. Where is he? Let me see.
All right, 6:33, we'll call the meeting to order. First order of business is to approve the minutes of November 24th. Has everyone had a chance to take a look at them?
Motion to approve.
I'll second that with one thing on there, Amanda. It says at the end, Ms. Centerizio. I'll take that as a misprint. But-
Yes, I will, I will take care of that.
Thank you very much.
Sure.
Correction being made. All in favor of accepting the minutes as printed?
Aye.
Aye.
So moved. Do we have any meeting mail to go over, Amanda?
No.
Okay, we'll go right into business. Case 2020.07.28A is a continuation of the case of New England Retail Development LLC, care of Tom Pratt, who's petitioning the board for a special permit to be able to operate a gas station and convenience store with a drive-through within the Village Business District. Proposed location is 158, 166 Main Street and 17 Wing Road, which are currently owned by Delta Realty LLC, care of Mickey Higgins, and Tony's Service Center, care of Tony Faria. Again, this is a long-going continuation. I think I will ask Mr. Pratt, if he's here, which direction we're heading in this evening, if there's been any changes, or I've heard some rumors, so I don't want to speculate, and just let you guys have the floor to start.
This is Mickey Higgins. I'm the owner of Delta Realty and the owner of the property, the three properties. And I'm also Tom Pratt's partner in New England Farms and New England Retail. I guess before we go too far, we would need to understand if we have a 5-person quorum, or what is the makeup of the board this evening if Mr. Hippolito is not here?
It's 4 of us here who have been here for the duration. The 4 of us could approve or disapprove. We've been here throughout the duration. You would need a unanimous vote for us to for you to be allowed.
Is there any way somebody could reach out to Mr. Hippolito, cell phone, text, and find out if he plans on joining?
Mr. Hippolito had a health concern recently, so I'm going to reach out again. To be completely straightforward with you, I got a call today that you guys submitted new plans. I have not seen the plans. I have not been able to send them to my board. So honestly, I would advise continuing no matter what for you guys, just because if we can't vote on plans that were given to us today, I would have needed them at least 2 weeks ago to send out. So in that while, I can work on seeing if Mr. Hippolito's health is up for joining us again. And if the cases where he is compromised, we can discuss with town council how to move forward. So of course, you know, it's fair across the board. So, oh, it sounds like Mark's on the phone with him.
We could just get it up on the
Let me
thing,
just
but I
wait to
just
see what he
figured I'd
says.
call and make sure. Right now,
Okay, so it sounds as if he's probably not, but
no problem.
so like I said, I want to get those plans that is that true that you did submit new plans?
We did submit new plans today, revised plans. If Mr. Hippolito was here and we had a full board, then I think we would have been happy to use the time to go over the plan revisions, but without him here, I think.
Yeah,
I think we would just.
I just called it. Paul is not gonna come.
okay. Well, even with that, I would have needed those plans like 2 weeks ago to get to my board. Any changes. I'm gonna look at it. I know, where I don't even want to really say more with that, with only having the four of us. I'd like to just continue it to our February meeting. In the meanwhile, like I said, I'll find out what's going on with Mr. Hippolito, and if he's unable to make it, then we'll discuss with council how to move further with you guys, because I know you've been putting it off. You know, it's been a while, but this way, you know, the board can review the plans and have any, you know, questions answered and whatnot. Did you have them stamped in with the town clerk's office today?
I think we dropped them off at Jim Merritt, the building inspector's office. We gave them to him. I don't know if he brought them to the town clerk or not. I cannot answer that.
No, I just want to make sure everything's done, you know, as it should be, that it was time stamped in for when it actually came in. But I'm going to pop down there tomorrow, and I'd be more than happy to pick them up and get them out to my board. If-
Okay, for everyone's benefit, we could show how the plans were revised. We have engineers here.
I would
But if you want Mr. Hippolito to be present, then we will.
If you want him to be on the board as part of the vote, then I would not present anything tonight.
Okay, then we will request a continuance.
Okay, I'd like to make the motion to continue them. We're looking at February. Let me see, it was the day that I can do Tuesday. February 23rd at 6:30.
Motion is
February
continue to February
23rd.
23rd. Is there a second?
February 23rd.
I'll make the motion to continue.
Second.
Thank
All
you.
those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So
Aye.
moved.
That's on both of them, correct?
That's on both. Yes, for both the special permit and variance request.
The second request is for signs only, so I think we need to get through the first one first.
Sounds right. We'll continue both.
Continue both.
Thank you, guys. Sorry for the delay.
Have a great night. Thank you.
Well,
That was
Aye.
February 23rd, is that correct?
that's correct.
Thank you.
Okay, if everyone's all set with that, next case being C is the case 2021.01.12A, case of Kevin Murphy of 75 Lambert Street, Acushnet, petitioning for a variance to be able to change the lot lines of his properties located at 7 and 9 Kendrick Street, Acushnet. This request is being made under the provisions of section 3.3.1E, Development Standards. I do have a question probably for Mark before I ask if there's Kevin or somebody here. Mark, is this the right board? This doesn't belong at the planning board?
Oh, did you get the letter from the building inspector? If you, in essence, it's just saying that they return the money to, return the money, and they should go to the planning board, would get an engineer. You want me to read the letter?
No, that sounds great to me. So this case has been basically dismissed or rejected, money returned.
No,
Correct.
no, that's not the case. Originally, I sent in the blueprints and the application to Mr. Merritt, and he sent back the check with a letter stating that he spoke to the Board of Health and no need to move forward with the ZBA hearing on the line. He approved it. And my engineer, Schneider and Davinian, told me that I should go through the ZBA to make sure it's done properly. And that's where we are tonight. So
Mr.
everything was returned back to the town, the check, everything, and that's where we are now.
Okay,
Mr.
so
Murphy,
if I could,
before
I'm
we
going,
go further though. Oh, sorry. I just wanted to let him know before we do open this particular hearing that you know that we are only have 4 members tonight. So if you want us to hear you tonight, you'd have to have a unanimous vote for it to pass.
Okay,
Or you can choose to have it continue to the next meeting and have a full board present to vote on it. So I just have to let you know that before you start, giving
Okay.
us your testimony when, because it'll only be, if you want to go forward tonight, it'll just be the 4 of us.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, all right.
one more question for Mr. Centerizzo. Is this a planning board decision or does it belong here to ZBA? It seems kind of
It is
straightforward.
a lot line removal is a planning board decision.
That's what I thought.
As Mr. Merritt stated in his letter to Mr. Murray, with the returning of the thing, now is there a particular reason why Mr. Davignon or his company asked you to come in front of us, sir?
Yes, my engineer told me to go through the ZBA. It needed to go through ZBA.
Well,
I
according to the
disagree.
building according to the building inspector, who is a zoning enforcement officer, you do not have to go through the ZBA, sir.
Now, he also said that where there are no zoning issues are being created, setback distances for existing or proposed structures, I see no reason to move forward with this application. Meaning he approved it all and I was just to go down and register that with the Registry of Deeds.
No, you have to go and actually have an engineered plan and move the lot line, because you were moving the lot line from one side of the driveway to the other side of the driveway. Is that correct, sir?
Yeah, roughly 22 feet.
Yep.
I saw the plan and I want to agree that I think it's a no-brainer. It just needs to be approved, but this isn't the board to do it. The planning board approves all lot line changes. And it seems like it would be something you just submit to them and instantly done because there's a good reason for it. First of all, your septic system.
But he has to have an engineered,
Absolutely, absolutely.
there has to be an engineered plan.
Okay, so what are my options? I got to go through the planning board.
Dave Davinian or Schneider, whoever's working on the septic thing, they're drawing plans. There's no reason they couldn't have drawn this line change on that plan that they're submitting to the Board of Health and everyone else with the
But-
change. Bring
Yeah.
that to, go ahead.
Go ahead, finish.
You bring that to the planning board and they approve the lot line change. That's how lot lines get moved. It's not at the zoning board of appeals.
If this wasn't approved, then I just spent all that money having that done with Davinian, right? Mr. Davinian, so.
Again, that's my whole contention here is the first thing you should have done is move this lot line. And the place to do it is at the planning board. We don't move lot lines at the ZBA. What we would do, if let's just say you had a structure on both parcels and one of them was gonna be affected and say the lot line was gonna be a problem, you weren't gonna have your setback, we would approve the new setback or the new structure being too close to the line or an old structure being too close to the line or something like that. But we don't move lot lines here. We don't approve the lot lines being moved here. We just approve the buildings being within a certain footage of the lot lines. And as far as I can tell by everything here, the closest thing is the house and you're going from 4 feet, you're adding and going to be 25 feet, making it so that it will comply and be better. So this board would have no issue with any of this, but we don't move lot lines.
I see Jim up in the corner if you want to talk to Jim, Bob. Is that Mr. Merritt up there in the corner?
No, I don't believe so.
Well, I
Here,
see me in the lower corner.
Oh, okay, I had you in the upper corner,
Okay. I
Jim,
didn't
sorry.
realize you were here. Sorry, Mr. Merritt, you want to chime in? Now I see you.
Well, I mean, that was my initial understanding, is that the interior lot change would just go to the planning board. They'd sign it, would be recorded. That would be the end of it. You know, the only other issue for Kevin is that, you know, the lots are pre-existing non-conforming. And if he's planning on making some kind of an addition to the lots, then maybe the board would make some kind of a judgment. But I think that would be in the future, after the planning board, you know, has signed, he has the 2 lots, and if he makes those movements in the future.
I agree. I see a house on both lots. I see buildings on both lots. I see the lot 5,000 square feet and the other one 12,500. So everything in this move makes things more conforming.
Correct.
If he wants a vote from the board, I'm willing to take a vote that we have no issue with this. That just means we don't have any issue with him moving forward with the plans to go to the planning board. We do not move lot lines. We don't have the authority to.
Okay, why don't we do that then? And I'll have to go to the planning board.
If he's already spent the money to come before this board, I mean,
Yes.
I certainly would ask the board to, you know, basically vote on a non-compete. If the planning board decides to move this issue, we have move the line, we have no issue with it.
Oh, they're gonna vote on
I
it.
think they returned it. Jim, didn't you return the check?
Sounds like he resubmitted it. Is that
Yeah, I
true?
resubmitted everything.
I'll go either way. We can return the money and let him come back if he ever needs to.
No, I would rather vote.
We're not voting on it. We're just voting to send you to the planning board.
Right.
And basically not have any issue with his structures in the future. I mean, I guess, I don't,
I wouldn't vote on anything that's hypothetical for the future.
I get it, yeah. Seriously, Mr. Murray, I don't want to give you a hard time. I think we should return your money and send you in the right direction. There's really nothing for us to do to help or hurt your case here. It really, you just got to submit this plan, engineered, not this, you know, the hand-drawn one I have, but the one that the Davinians would draw for you, or Schneider, to the planning board, and I don't see any issue with it.
Okay. So everything will get returned to me?
Think you have to go to town hall and get it, ask for it, sir.
Okay, all right, very good.
We good with this? Does anyone have any other questions? Again, I think the issue would be just to basically cancel this rather than vote in any direction or continue or anything else.
Sounds good.
We're basically, Mr. Murray, just dismissing this case as it came to the wrong board, and we can move on in the right direction.
All right.
I'll make a motion to dismiss.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So moved. Sorry to waste any of your time. It does sound like Mr. Merritt tried to help, but maybe your engineers were on a different page.
Okay. Thank you.
Great night.
You too.
Okay. Moving on to our last case. D, case number 2021.01.12B, case of David Collada of 19 Darling Street, Acushnet, petitioning board for a special permit to be able to construct an accessory apartment at his Darling Street address. Request is being made under the provisions of section 3.3.1B1. Is there anybody to represent?
Yes, we're both here.
How you doing?
Good, thank you.
So it looks like, according to the plan, you have a existing structure that was a dance studio.
Correct.
You're looking to turn that into some sort of in-law or accessory apartment.
Yes.
Chairman, sorry to interrupt again, but I want to just let Mr. and Mrs. Coletta know that, same thing with us being a four-member board tonight. Do you want to have your hearing tonight in front of us, or do you want to request to be continued to be in front of a full board?
No, I think we can go on with this.
Okay, I just want to give you the option so you can say that you had it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Everybody's taking a look at the plan, right? Everybody understands what they're doing here. There's a separate building, currently a garage with a studio in it, and they're gonna convert that studio into an apartment for living quarters.
Yes.
Generally, what we've been doing with these is allowing Mr. Merritt to determine that they've been 25% or less. And it looks like they did that on the paper here. I see that the building itself, the studio, looks like it's larger than the 25%. So they're going to shrink that down for the apartment to be 539 square feet. And says their primary residence is 2156. And again, what we've been doing, at least for the past several months, is letting Mr. Merritt determine that everything's good on these and more or less giving them a rubber stamp. I will ask, though, if there's any abutters, any neighbors, anybody else who wants to speak before we ask for any other information here. I don't hear any abutters. Do you have anything else you'd like to add, Mr. and Mrs. Colada?
No, all the permitting has been done already. We just installed sewerage into the building, and we've had electrical inspection, the gas and the plumbing, and everything's been done. Now it's just Board of Appeals, Mr. Merritt, coming over and doing his inspection. We should be good to go.
Board, anything?
Sure, can I just, that's already an existing building, you're not making any other additions, subtractions where the studio was, you're putting the apartment in, is that correct, sir?
Yes, that's correct.
Simple as that.
Bob, I got one question. It's going to be an in-law apartment or rental property?
Well, in-law apartment, but who knows what the future brings,
But for this one, it's going to be an in-law apartment, correct, sir?
Yes.
Thank you.
I'll make a motion to accept it as given to us.
We have a motion to approve the special permit. Is there a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
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 So moved. Your special permit has been granted, and Amanda will fill you in on how to obtain that.
I will drop off the paperwork at the town clerk's office if you want to reach out to them.
I'm sorry.
tomorrow's
I'm
Wednesday.
sorry you're breaking up, Amanda. I have no idea what you just said.
It's okay. Can you hear me better now?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So I'm going to bring all the paperwork down to the town clerk's office tomorrow to have it stamped in, your decision and everything. I would say give it till Thursday. Give them a call. They can let you know the process because there's a 20-day appeal period and they can let you know when you can pick everything up and what your next step is. So if you want to reach out to the town clerk's office Thursday or any day after that, they'll let you know when you can come in to get all your paperwork.
Okay.
Very good. Thank you very
good.
much.
Thank you.
Very welcome.
Okay, that concludes our caseload for this evening. We already discussed our next meeting will be February 23rd. We already have business as the continuation for New England Retail Development. We'll continue that evening with their two cases.
We
Is there
have one
anything-
new case too. One new
And
case that came
case?
in. Mhm.
Okay. And is there anything else?
Same.
If I could just ask you guys to go down to the town clerk's office anytime within the next few days to early next week, I'll have everything there to be signed.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Thanks,
You
you
too.
too.
Good night.
Good
Last
night.
Night.
Can we get a
Thanks
motion?
again.
Thank you again.
We
Welcome.
get a motion.
Motion
adjourn,
to
please?
close the meeting.
Second.
All in
Motion
favor of
adjourned.
adjourning?
Aye,
Aye.
So moved, we're adjourned. Have a great night, everybody.
thank
Bye.
you.
Take care.
Bye.